looks good on you. Tell me who knows you're on blue when every bruise, bruise, bruise looks good on you. You found out that nobody is perfect, and you doubt that anything is worth it. Look around, the world is a circus. You're on blue. So provoking, I forgot to mention. Are you joking? I need some attention, and nothing's working to change your direction. You're on blue. Who knows you're on blue when every bruise looks good on you? Tell me who knows you're on blue when every bruise, bruise, bruise looks good on you. Why won't you hold my hand? Are you gonna deny this? Do the best you can. I haven't got a plan, but I'm gonna survive this. That's just who I am. When you're on blue, you keep everything inside of you. You try to play it cool. Sometimes you gotta break the rules. I don't know why you're confused. All you need is a little bit of attitude. Yeah. This is it. I'm tired of explaining. It's too late because everyone is waiting. That's great. So why are you complaining? You're on blue. If I'm unsure, will anybody notice? It's my fault because I love you on purpose. I'm insecure or just a little nervous. You're on blue. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Starting to enjoy the view. I'm all about the altitude. Who knows you're on blue when every bruise looks good on you? Tell me who knows you're on blue when every bruise, bruise, bruise looks good on you. Why listen to what I need? Put a picture so I can see. February can't chase the days away. Yeah, away. Why listen to what they say? Save yourself for another day. This one's coming, it's gone to the wind again. Yeah, again. Again. Just listen and make amends. You've been down for as long as you've ever been. This way's up, but you're down again. Just like snow castles, we drift to the edge. Just like snow castles, we drift to the edge. Just like snow castles, we drift to the edge. Just like snow castles, we drift to the edge. We drift to the edge. What's up? We drift, we drift to the edge. Oh, 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 to the edge. Let's go. All right. All right. Do you need? Let's go. Dude, we got some hair. Right now, it's just that natural color. I haven't done anything to it. Like I need. Dude, it feels good though. It does. Still needs a little, I don't know, a little shaping, I guess. It's got to grow a little bit. I like it though. All right. Put my hat back on? No. No, dude, I'll be honest. I'm not going to be wearing a lot of hats, boss. I don't really like hats with short hair. I will probably start wearing, I will probably start wearing hats when it gets a little longer, like once the front starts to shag and there's something to come out from under the hat, or if I'm like super dirty, right? Like if I don't shower and I'm all like skanky. Or if, you know, the Mariners win and I want to rep the Mariners. But mostly we're going to be going hat-free. I mean, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to dye it eventually. I'm going to bleach it, I'm sure. Right now, it's just natural. I thought about bleaching it today. But I'll be honest, it just got a cut and is a fairly traumatic experience, I think, for the hair. Like there was a lot of hair disappearing and it's a big change. So I'm probably going to let it hang for a while and then I'll bleach it white, you know. But back to the fruit punch. Yeah, I'm rocking the fruit punch tonight. I have a bag of them right there. You can't really see it. It's by the camera here. Right, but I have a grocery bag full of the fruit punch. I went ahead and went shopping today and bought a whole bunch of those. Much better with no hat now. Yeah, I mean, dude, I kind of like, I know it sounds crazy, but I liked the long hair with no hat.
I did. I really did. It was a very George Carlin thing. You know what was hard, though? Here's what was hard, okay? The hard thing about long hair is you have to keep it clean, okay? When my hair's short like this, I use a little, like, saltwater spray. I don't have to keep the hair clean. In fact, dirty hair, like, when it is short and layered and, like, super textured, the dirtier your hair is, the easier it is to style. So it looks good when it's dirty. And I don't like to shower every day. I'm a bit of a degenerate rock and roller guy. So the long hair was hard because it only really looked good without a hat if I was clean. And I'm not clean that often. You know? But with this, I can kind of be dingy and it'll still rock. All right? You know what I'm saying? And this, though, guys, is akin to how my hair's been, right? For the last, I don't know, fucking chunk of time, right? I'm still like, oh, there we go. Yeah. It's good there in the middle. There we go. All right. We still got a little bit. Hair reminds you of the Fortnite days? Yes. I mean, dude, this is the hair I've had since kind of the 90s. Okay? I'm gonna tell you a little story. Okay? I think this goes with the political punk vibe. And wait until we bleach it, right? But so I'm gonna tell you a little story about my hair, okay? Because I've always had little hair issues that I had to personally overcome, right? I mean, I had a high hairline, thin hair. It didn't do a lot. My mom always got me the worst haircuts when I was a kid, okay? Because my parents were like not fashionable at all, okay? So I had like some hair insecurities, you know? And especially in the 80s, there was like a lot of pressure about like baldness and all this bullshit. And so then I had long hair for, you know, off and on. And then in high school, I had like a Ricky Schroeder haircut, okay? And that was, you know, my collegiate haircut. Those of you who remember Ricky Schroeder, he was like a blonde kid on this show called Silver Spoons. He was like really popular, sort of like heartthrobby, like young man actor of the time. And so I had like a Ricky Schroeder like side part with like the shaved sides, and that was my collegiate haircut. And it did very well for me. Like I liked it. It was a pretty standard, you know, 80s like side part. And it looked good. I was really blonde. And so it was a good hairstyle for me, especially when I was like a fraternity brother. And yeah, he is a weirdo now, right? Isn't he? But anyway, so then I went into rock and roll. And when I went into rock and roll, I felt like I needed to find a good hairstyle. And I went long for a while, and long was good, but long is like, it's hard when you have really thin hair and you have a high hairline. Long hair is kind of hard, you know? And especially when I was in my 20s, dude, it was hard to navigate and sort of find my self-esteem with all that shit, with all the societal pressure about like your hairline. So then I didn't have a job from 21 to 25, okay? I during my early 20s, from 21 to 25, I did not work, okay? I played music. I hustled a little bit of like the party favors. I didn't have a job. I just kind of like milled out. My girlfriend worked part-time at Olive Garden. I hooked up deals to like take care of our party scenario. And we just sort of lived pretty lean. We had a lot of friends. We did sort of the group communist, you know, whatever, hangout vibe. She worked at the Olive Garden, so we had like free food for days. And so I painted and played music and basically learned how to play guitar. in those 4 years, right? Dude, Peter, FTT dance, let's go, baby, let's go. Oh shit, wrong one. I got you though. But, okay, so here's what happened though, guys. I decided since I had no job and I had no limitations, I tried to grow dreads, okay? I did when I was like 22 with my thin whatever hair. I tried to grow dreads and it you know, I did, but they were like, they didn't look like normal dreads. They were basically just clumps of hair that I would rip apart, and they were very fucked up. But I had like pseudo dreadlocks for a couple of years, and it was awesome. It was great in my rock and roll 90s. I loved it. I was a big Jane's Addiction fan. Perry had these crazy dreads. So I liked it, but then I decided to conquer the baldness thing, okay? When I was 25, right? I think I was 25. I drove to my friend Daphne's house. She's a violin player. I think I've told the story about how I met her before. She like plays on the Grammys and shit at the Oscars. She was just playing at the Oscars in the orchestra. She does that kind of shit. She's a session musician all over LA. So I drove to Daphne's house and I said, let's take it all off. And we did. She cut all the dreads off and she shaved my head to the skin. And I went like that for like 6 months. I went completely bald and it was cool. I did it. I shaved the hair. I went bald and my hairline issues ended when I went bald, right? They really did. I realized, oh shit, there's nothing to fear here. Even if I lose it all, I'm gonna be fine. Love the hair. Let's go, kids. So the point of this story, guys, we're getting into it. After I went bald, I decided I wanted to find a unique hairstyle. I wanted to find a hairstyle that suited me, that vibed with me, and that was something that like nobody else really could pull off. Something that was just like uniquely my own. And I met this girl. I was working at the time. I had finally gotten a job, and I was working at the time with a girl named Kim at Jerry's Deli. And me and Kim put our heads together and she gave me the first faux hawk haircut, okay? And so I had my hair cut by Kim for several years. Dude, Peter Stats is a big punk, let's go! And so that started the faux hawk, okay? And then, of course, you saw the Let Go Afterglow, the sort of spiky, like from the album cover of that record. And so I kept the faux hawk going for like years and years and years. And you know, I used to use pomade in it and I kept it very like sculpted. And people would always say like, dude, you look like Sonic the Hedgehog. You look like even when you're standing still, you look like you're moving fast. I mean, I got a lot of comments about that hairstyle. Like I found that hairstyle. And so I kept that until I made Dick Strange. And so I grew it out when I was writing screenplays and trying to start my film career. I grew it out for Dick Strange. I made Dick Strange. Then I started streaming Fortnite. Then I went back to the spiky hair and dyed it pink through the whole time of Fortnite. And then I grew it out again during the transition to politics, which is really weird, guys. You know what I realized? I grow my hair out every time during transitions. When I'm transitioning from one life area to another, I let my hair grow for like 2 years or whatever while I work through the transition. And then I chop it all off. But anyway, so I found a guy here in Portland. I don't know about you guys, but I am like religious about my fucking hairstylist, okay? When I first moved to Portland, I found a hairstylist at Supercuts. I used to pay her to come to my house and cut my hair. She cut my hair for like 10 years, okay? I stay with stylists. Like when I get a good one, I stay with them for a long time. I've been cutting my hair with this guy named Gino that I met randomly at a Rudy's barbershop. Then he opened his own salon. He's been cutting my hair for like 10 years. Gino went to Europe and fucking never came back, dude. He just went to Europe, went to Greece, and decided to not come back. So I've been without a hairstylist. And I did get my long hair trimmed at a place down in Sellwood that I didn't love. She was good, but like, I didn't love the vibes. I like my hairstylist to be like rock and rollers. You know what I mean? I feel like people that are in the rock and roll scene are like the best hairstylists. Like people that live a little hard. Anyway, I found a new one today, okay? And I found her randomly, okay? In fact, I had just been walking by when I get my massage. I walk by this little salon that is like appointment only. So I'd never even seen the people who work there. And I've been walking by this salon for a year and I really liked it. And so I fucking finally called them up and made an appointment. And I made an appointment with someone and then she canceled it because she wasn't taking new clients and she switched me to this other girl. And dude, she's amazing. She's like really, really, really good. Okay, she is. She's so good. Like the texture, the feel of it, it's so nice. So I got a new hairstylist and you ready? And I'm going to be getting some velvet paintings too, because they had a great velvet painting in the salon. And now I have a connection for like velvet paintings that are made in Mexico. So I'm going to get some velvet paintings too, which are pretty classic. I don't know if you guys are into those, but we had a lot in the 70s. And there's one in particular of a devil sitting on a toilet seat that I'm definitely getting. So like, dude, so I got like a new hairstylist, a great haircut, and a velvet painting. And dude, it was really good. I felt really cared for. And like, again, dude, hairstylist is like a therapist to me, man. They're very important, dude. You find a good one, like, dude, I found a good one. I found a fucking great one, bro. I'm so stoked. All right, so yeah, that's my day, guys. Cheerio. Cheers. So I'm gonna get jacked on caffeine tonight and probably play some video games later after stream. And I'm gonna stay up all night and edit videos because I'm on a serious manic high because I found a new hairstylist, right? And let's go, dude. Elf, I'm sorry, do I know Daphne? What do you mean, do you know her? Like, have you heard of her? I mean, we've talked about her before, Elf. Dude, haircut approved. Let's go, Deshaun. Let's go. Dude, let's go, let's go, let's go. Dude, let's go. Dude, yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I'm hiding you. Like, your comments have been weird, and no offense, but I don't like you, so go away. Later, dude, Elite. Looking fresh. Let's go, baby. Yeah, no, that one person, it's like they were negging, right? And like, dude, I'm not gonna date you, so I don't want to be negged by you in my chat. Sorry there, buddy. Anything but EM, let's do SM or PT. Anything but EM, let's do SM or PT. What is EM, SM, and PT? What does that mean? I don't even know what that means, right? Oh, anything but Elon Musk. Got it. You mean like... Sakata! Let's go, dude, Elite! Let's go, baby! All right, looking younger and more handsome. Let's go. Yeah, no offense, guys. I don't allow negging in the chat. If you're wondering what negging is, that's when you say things that like seem complimentary, but they have little subtle, like, put down commentary in them. I eliminate that shit. You know why? Because I don't have any time to deal with people's dumps of negative energy. I don't. I'm just a human being out here, like, doing the best I can, like, being open and being vulnerable. And when people come in and they, like, leave their little passive-aggressive comments out there, you know, about, like, your hairline or your forehead or whatever, or they say shit about, like, you know what I'm saying? They leave their little insecure shit on there. Dude, I get rid of that shit. I do. I don't have time for that. I don't. That shit, you got to get that shit out of your life, boss. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. Because even in your friend groups, guys, be very wary of that stuff because it is really normal, like, to have, like, you know, people that are do negging. They like to get in friend groups and just sit there and sort of, like, chip away at everybody. Right? Dude, we eliminate that shit. right? Let's go. Yeah, no, dude. I'm feeling good, dude. I'm feeling the vibes. Let's go. All right. How are we? Dude, so I guess the big deadline, right? The big deadline was like nothing, right? Did you guys notice that? That Trumpy's big deadline? Elf, I think we played violin together. You think you and Daphne have? Dude, you may have. Right? She's like a young Chinese girl. She's probably in her 30s, right? She might be in her 40s or mid 30s. I don't know how old she is. Dude, now that I think about it, like, I mean, I guess she's not, she's probably like in her 40s, right? But she's amazing, dude. She is pretty incredible, right? Dude, what's up? Yeah, no, I'm liking it. Loving it. I look great. I feel great. Dude, I feel like a new man. Like, I do love me some reinvention, right? I do. I love the reinvention. You know, you feel like a new man, you know? Awesome role model for guys, showing them how to be open and unapologetically yourself. Yeah, I mean, thank you. I appreciate that. Now, guys, I'm gonna fucking kill the music. We had a little bit of quiet music there while we were talking during the early part of that. But so one of the things though that I do want to do is one of the things I would like to talk about is the OnlyFans thing. Okay, let's chat about that today, because obviously today, if you don't know, okay, this will be a good little starting point. But if you don't know, Leon Radvinsky, okay, he fucking died today or recently of cancer, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, where is he? There he is. Okay, so the guy who owns OnlyFans died today. Okay, now he didn't start OnlyFans, but he bought it and he helped like sort of nurse it around. And you'll remember he did try to like remove it from adult content. He tried to change it from adult content, but the content creators like didn't let him. But this, he was 43. He died of cancer. But this has been a very like yesterday. Okay. Well, so he died yesterday, but I found out about it today. But it's a very, I don't know, it brings up a lot of controversial energy. And there's a couple of things I would like to talk about this. Like, number one, okay, I believe OnlyFans is actually pretty incredible. Okay, personally, I do. I know there are a lot of people that are upset at it. Like, a lot of young men think it's really easy for women to make money on it. It's not. It's like YouTube or TikTok or any algorithm-based platform. It's really fucking hard. Like all things in capitalism, like 1% of the people make real money, 10% of the people make enough, and 90% of the people don't make shit. Okay? So it's no different than anything else. It is a very hard grind to fucking do well together. She and you played together for a record session. Let's go, Elf. Let's go, baby. All right. That's crazy, dude. Now, here, let me show you, though. Let me talk about this a little bit, because like the adult industry has always been around. Okay, like paying for adult content, whether it's, you know, person to person or whatever, magazines, etc., and then eventually films. This shit has always been around. Now, one of the problems with adult content is trafficking. Okay, is the fact that, you know, men have controlled the money and the you know, they've controlled the output, they've controlled the means of production and distribution. So the women have been bought and sold as like product, and then used up and spit out, and the men continue to monetize them with their videos or their images or whatever forever, and the women get paid once and essentially like don't make any money off of it, right? If you go to those tube sites or whatever, none of those women for those major companies are making any money, okay? They get paid, and then the company like monetizes them forever and makes an endless line of like movies in their name. Now, the thing that I like about OnlyFans, guys, is this. I'm going to show you. I'm going to put my money to where the mouth is, because the thing that I like about OnlyFans is, hold on, I have to go into my replies. I wrote it on the internet here, right? So I would fucking like not forget it. But it is right. Let me find it. Right here. Okay. So when women do OnlyFans, right, one, they get to decide what they will and won't do. Okay? They're not showing up to a shoot and being told what they have to do to keep their career, which in the adult industry, if you know any adult actors, that happens all the time. They're signed up to do one thing, they show up and the scene has changed. There's more partners, there's different acts, and the women often can't say no or they'll get blackballed. Okay, 2, the women get to choose who they perform with. 3, they only have to work when they want. 4, nobody can blackball her if they get upset at her, right? 5, after the platform takes their percentage, the girls own the rest. Okay, there's no middleman. Dude, she controls how she's marketed. There's not a company like marketing her in a certain way. And she controls the rights and profit for all her content. So like none of this is true in the regular adult industry. Okay, now in OnlyFans allows women to do all of this. Okay, now here's the thing though, guys. If you look at the men who are complaining about OnlyFans and hate it and whatever, they want to get rid of it, they were never against pornography. They were never against like the free tube sites. They only hate the form of, adult content that the women are in control. And that's really like telling, okay, that a lot of guys, what they hate about OnlyFans is that the women are in control, that it is a woman controlled, like when they're on OnlyFans, they are their own boss. They control that whole thing right down to like the DMs and shit. Okay. They are not like owned by anybody. They are not fucking, right? There's nothing about them that is controlled by anyone. The platform just takes a cut. Okay, now that bothers a lot of guys. Now, the other thing I want to point out here is with this OnlyFans guy dying, regarding the adult content, we're going to talk about the AIPAC portion in a minute, because there's a whole political thing too. But forgetting about the owner's political habits, just looking at the platform itself, it has revolutionized women being able to be in the adult industry and to be able to control a whole bunch of variables and a whole bunch of aspects of their existence that they could never control before. And that is amazing. And I think it's incredible. And I don't even mind that a whole bunch of young women are going into that profession, because I think them monetizing that in a way that benefits them and they control it is really, really fucking beautiful. And I think a future of like more open sex work is not going to be harmful for society. I think it's going to free us from some of this oppressive religious shit that we've been living under for 2,000 years of religious oppression. Okay, now, one of the particular things, I want to show you one of the particular attacks that I have seen a lot today, guys. And it was like this guy Tectone saying, look at this. Look at what he said. He said, He says, this man single-handedly did so much irreparable damage to our current and future generations of women. This guy, by the way, is a gaming influencer who's been accused of being very grapey, okay, and abusive in relationships. He says he essentially created the COVID virus for women's shame, completely destroyed it. Oh, shut the fuck up, Tectone. But look at this right here. He said, let us go back to a time where the act of sex was sacred, okay? Right? And let's think about this, guys, okay? He says, let us go back to a time where the act of sex was sacred. But guys, the act of sex being sacred is bullshit. That is a patriarchal assessment of the scenario. Now, let me go into this. Let me take these things. Did the U.S. bomb Isfahan energy structure? No, they did not, Soft. They did not. The U.S. Trumpy back down. Dude, Mr. Shiz, thanks for the membership. Nice haircut, boss. Let's go. Thank you, boss. Now, I want to talk about that concept of sex being sacred, okay? Because, guys, sex has never been sacred for women, okay? And let me just put it here, right? I posted about it too, that I do want to like read it because I think it was pretty good. But it is around the concept of like sex being sacred. It's this right here, okay? Like, because men like to think, ooh, sex was sacred, right? That's when women partnered up with a guy and they got married and they had that special sex with just their partner and they had kids and it was religious and God approved and all this shit. But guys, if you look at the history of marriage, it's so toxic, okay? Marriage was essentially slavery for women, okay? If you look at the history of marriage, okay, they think the sex was sacred in the concept of marriage, but for the woman, she was essentially pawned off to be an indentured servant, okay? Where if they didn't like the guy, they were basically getting graped for life, dude. If they didn't like this guy, they were still had to give them sex whenever they wanted. Or the men would just take it. The women were literally graped for life, bro. And what did they do? They cooked, they cleaned, they raised kids. They never could have any equity, any of their own jobs, any of their own money, with very few exceptions, unless the woman was born into a very high social status, okay? There were very rare instances where the woman was, had any power. Most of the time, women were married off to guys that they didn't even like, but their family just wanted to put them in a relationship, in a situation where they had money, okay? So right here, sex has never been sacred. It's been taken, right? Mostly through social constructs designed to keep women forever in support roles, revolving around men, and often mediocre ones. And then they try to convince the women that life of secondary, like indentured servitude, is somehow noble and or good for them. And like, dude, that shit is bullshit. Marriage is like a con, okay? Marriage started being really harmful and like enslavement for women. And it continued this, guys, all the way up until the 70s, until women had the power of the right to abortion, to where they could end a pregnancy and prevent themselves from being tied into getting married. Because even in the early part of the 20th century, guys, the ruse was that men would go out on a date with a woman, they would get her pregnant, and then she had to marry him. Now, if the woman got pregnant and didn't get married, she was like a heretical. Okay, she was ostracized from society. Dude, it was terrible. Okay, this was even when my mom was a kid. She got pregnant 4 times before she was 18, or 3 times. Once was twins, but 3 times before she was 18, she ended up getting married to some abusive, crazy guy. Now, the other thing that's crazy is while these women were in the sacred, sexual environment of marriage, often their husbands were cheating on them. Okay. So historically, women have been told you need to get married. You need to do the sacred and proper thing of only having sex with your husband in the context of marriage. Meanwhile, he's going to go fuck everybody and you're going to have nothing when he finally dumps you. Okay. And you will have nothing to show for it except that your body's wrecked because you birthed 5 kids. And now none of your shit works right, and you got nothing. You got no money, you got no equity, you got no skills, you're just filled with resentment. And so this is why I think things like OnlyFans are fucking amazing, because fuck that, okay? The concept of marriage and the concept of women like giving sex to men where they kind of own them, they put their last name on them, they put a fucking ring marker on them, and then all of a sudden, like many times they want to like financially control them and shit or get all up in their grill. Dude, I think just fuck that. I think, as I said earlier today, that I think if anything, platforms like OnlyFans and these cultural advancements we have in gender and sexuality, I think they're here to blow apart the oppression of 2,000 years of religious bullshit, okay? Christianity has been deviously oppressing women for 2,000 years, saying that they can't run a business, they can't be the head of household, they can't be the pastor, they have to be birthing vessels, they have to submit to their husband, all this nonsense. And meanwhile, most of the men are like predators, like seriously, like, child abuse and all kinds of shit. They're grapey, like churches have been hotbeds of sexual abuse, of SA. So I think like OnlyFans and those types of platforms and expanding sexuality to even where women, if they don't want to date men, they start dating women and whatever. Fucking beautiful, dude. Beautiful. Let's blow it all apart. Let's blow all of that religious oppression apart and start over. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about this though is again, a lot of women in OnlyFans, like, many women made good money. A lot of women though did make good money. They were like selling shit and not making anything, but that's not about OnlyFans. That is about capitalism. Okay? Because the sad fact of the matter, guys, is whether you're doing OnlyFans or YouTube or Twitch or TikTok, or if you're a lawyer, or if you're a businessman, or if you go into venture capital, capitalism is going to make it so 1% of you are going to get beyond wealthy, 10% of you are going to make a really good living, and 90% of you are going to fucking suffer and struggle to get by. And that has nothing to do with YouTube or OnlyFans or fucking Twitch. It is just capitalism, okay? Capitalism makes it so very few people can be wildly successful because the wealth distribution is just in the hand of a very, very small amount of people. It's a pyramid like this. Only this many get wealthy. There's no room for any of these people in that tiny pyramid. And now, as capitalism gets to late stage, you know what I'm saying? If capitalism gets to late stage, there's a fucking, if capitalism gets to late stage, the people filling the top of the pyramid are the people that are born into it, right? That's where we're hitting now, where it's hard to get up there if they're not born into it. But now, though, midnight here, the thing about this, though, dude, is listen to me. Trafficking has nothing to do with OnlyFans, okay? Trafficking is happening with ICE. Trafficking happened with cam sites. Trafficking happened, before the internet existed. Trafficking happened, right? It's not like OnlyFans created trafficking. The trafficking of women for sex has always been an issue. And sure, can they exploit the girls and traffic them and make them do OnlyFans and keep them in a house like Andrew Tate did with cam girls? Absolutely. But the solution to that isn't to get rid of sex work or get rid of like platforms like OnlyFans. The solution to that is to actually attack trafficking. Now, one of the ways you can attack trafficking is by making sex work legal and unionizing it. Okay? If that shit was unionized, and you could have a union even with content creators that guaranteed their percentages, that guaranteed their working environments, that made sure that nobody was a human trafficking victim, like SAG-AFTRA. I think the Actors Guild is a great union example of gig workers that have a solid union that allows them to work for underscale and shit like that. But they have rules and regulations about how the actors are treated and the type of working conditions they exist in. And so if we legalized it and if we monitored that shit and regulated it and it was like unionized, you would not have those trafficking issues. Okay? You would not. You know what I'm saying? Now the thing about this now, the thing that's crazy though about OnlyFans is like it ties into this whole other shit. Okay, there's a whole other thing. Like if you get into the groypers, okay, we're going to go into the groypers. So the reason the groypers don't like OnlyFans, guys, is theirs is a little bit about their anti-Jewish sentiment. Okay, because the groypers look at any Jewish person that owns or is part owner of an adult business, right? And they're certainly not all owned by Jewish people, but there are Jewish people that are in like money-making businesses. Like there are fucking, they're in banking, they're in Hollywood, they have law firms. They do a lot of different shit, right? You know what I'm saying? But the groypers believe all pornography is controlled by a cabal of Jewish people that are using pornography to destroy Christianity and to ruin the world, okay? That's the groyper thing. But dude, they also think banking is that. They think Hollywood is that. I mean, they have their whole Jewish cabal answer to everything that is on their whole groypering anti-Semitic fucking trip. You know what I'm saying? That is like they're destroying the fucking culture, blah, 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 blah. They're destroying Christianity with the pornography, blah, blah, blah. But that's their whole thing. Now, if you look outside of that, if you look at Leon Radvinsky himself, the guy who owned OnlyFans, he did donate a lot of money to 𝗡PAC, okay? He did. Like Leon Radvinsky donated a lot of money to 𝗡PAC. Now, guys, here's the problem, though, with the 𝗡PAC thing is like, I like with the amount of money that 𝗡PAC has, a lot of people are donating to 𝗡PAC, and I think we should know who all of those people are. Like, I don't like that this shit is dark money, because I would venture to guess that most of the big corporations in America, the power money behind them, and certainly all of the evangelical billionaires are funding that shit, right? The Cook brothers, fucking Rupert Murdoch, the DeVos family, the Waltons, you know what I'm saying? Like the 𝗡PAC funding is not just Leon Radvinsky of OnlyFans. It is like everybody that is in big corporate Zionist, like evangelical and or Jewish fucking like Zionist world, okay? Now, I do think it sucks that Leon Radvinsky was using OnlyFans to donate money to 𝗡PAC, but like our government donates money to Israel, and certainly every major corporation is funding Israel right now for the most part, and we do need some divestment from that. But I think that was unfortunate that he was using that money for 𝗡PAC. But again, I don't think sex workers should lose their ability to have a life simply because of his bad politics, okay? Because that platform was actually really good for a lot of sex workers, particularly the ones that are working in the adult industry and they want to have ownership. Because guys, can I just tell you I've known a lot of adult workers in my lifetime, okay? Whether it's porn stars or strippers, and it's always been a very dirty, seedy business, not because the act of adult content is dirty and seedy by nature, but it's because of the men who fucking run this shit, and they use girls up, okay? It reminds me a lot, I you know, people don't like this comparison, but it's similar to athletes, okay? Athletes get used up, okay? When an athlete comes out of college and he gets in the NFL, a running back, they run the shit out of them and they destroy their bodies and they pay them a bunch of money and then they boot them. And as soon as they get injured, they boot them. They use the players until they're not good anymore, and then they fucking undercut them, and then they cut them loose and shit, and they try to like lowball them. I mean, it's a very dirty business, athletics is, where they're selling their bodies. Very dirty. They do it in Hollywood too, that they use them up. If you're hot, they make a million movies, even if it destroys your life, and then they boot you. As soon as you're not popular, you get the boot. They do it in music too. Oh my God, I watched friends just literally get drugged out, and then the record label would keep them high on drugs while they were generating money, and then the label just cuts them off. They're fucking dying in the streets, man. And it sucks, dude. They just use them up. And so the adult industry has done this, guys, where they will run a girl while she's hot until she is broken, and then they jettison her the minute she falls off and she has nothing. But now all of those girls that are doing adult film work are building an OnlyFans. They have their own shit on the side. The minute they get jettisoned, they have a fucking thing, bro. And I mean, if you talk to Emma Magnolia, you talk to a lot of these fucking women that are like building an OnlyFans, they have something that they can then walk away from the industry with if they want it. Now, girls don't have to do it. There are people like Sasha Grey that have jumped out. There are people like, you know, Adriana Chechik that have like left the industry. And so many people do leave the industry, but ultimately I think those fucking things are amazing. I think anything that gets us out of religious oppression is really good for society. Okay? Religious oppression, sexual shame, people like walking around telling you your sexuality or the fact that you don't want to get married or you don't want to hump a Bible means you're bad. Dude, fuck that shit. Okay? It's all like control. It's bullshit patriarchy. And they're usually conniving and deceitful and devious and breaking all the rules. All these Calvinist weirdos up at the top, dude. So there you go. That's my rant. Okay? Yeah, dude, Sasha Grey is amazing. I love Sasha. All right, the hair. EM equals felon. Peter will outwoke me tonight. Let's go. Somebody said dance party goal. Let's do it. All right? All right. But guys, the thing about it is what we need, dude, dance party, what we need, guys, is ultimately we need to make adult work legal and safe, and we need to unionize it. They need a representative union that stops trafficking, okay? And let me just tell you guys, the reason why they don't stop trafficking is because of these big oligarch type people are profiting from it. Okay, I guarantee you right now that Elon Musk, Donald Trump, all of those wealthy guys, right, that are in the Trump circle, all of them are in bed with fucking traffickers. Okay, dude, Donald Trump has been trafficking women his entire fucking life, all the way through to the modeling industry. You know what I'm saying? Dude, Pine Box only dance party. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Dude, I'm into it. Because customers are led to believe the women are typing to them. The keyboard customers see her typing on is unplugged, right? Yeah, I don't know what that means, dystopian banana, right? But I will say this. I will say that you don't get rid of the whole industry because of the bad seeds, okay? You clean out the bad seeds, guys. You clean out the bad seeds. And I don't think there's anything wrong with sex for money, just like there's nothing wrong with beating your body up in sports for money, or beating your body up as a construction worker for money, or beating your body up as an Olympic athlete for money. I mean, you know, selling your body for money. Dude, I sold my body for money as a waiter. I mean, look at my fucking feet, bro. My feet are destroyed. Like Jenny will be the first to tell you, I have a heel stick. I have to put that shit on my heels because my body is wrecked from being a waiter and a bartender, you know? But I believe, though, it's like regulation and legalization and unionization where the workers, the people participating, have protections. Those are the answers, okay? Someone might have a foot fetish. I don't really have a foot fetish. No, I don't. I do have beat up feet, right? But dude, so I've been fighting for that, guys. I have. I like, you know, and it's so funny too, because I was having a discussion about sex workers with my hairstylist, and that's how I knew I found the right hairstylist too, right? Because she's on the right side of the sex worker existence. I mean, here in Portland, right? In Portland, we have there's a lot of sex work here. And it's one of the things I love about the city. It's very open here. People are super like, dude, we had a sex worker who almost won the mayor. Okay. She came in second place in the mayor race, right? I voted for her too. I did. I voted for the sex worker for mayor. Dude, I love it. Right? Oh shit. Right? Let's go. Let's go. As a dancer, no, then you're an employee. Then it is X for money. It's bad enough but we've fought union for decades. Dude, unions aren't, you're not an employee when you're a union, right? You have a vote. You're part of a group. Like unions aren't, you're not an employee. The union doesn't pay you. You pay dues and then the union enforces the rules. Let me just tell you, as somebody who was an actor and a director, the Screen Actors Guild is the model. That is the model that sex workers should use. A sex workers guild, right? That is modeled after the Screen Actors Guild. The Screen Actors Guild is the model that is like, it is the best union in the world. Well, you know, the thing is I think as it exists now, you wouldn't be able to do it because you would have to have a situation where all clubs were forced to hire union workers and participate in the union. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't, it's like you'd have to make it a system wide. Like you make the shit legal, but you make the union requirement. Otherwise, you're right. The club owners, if you try to unionize, they're going to fucking beat the shit out of you in some way, shape, or form, or they're going to fuck you up. But dude, SAG Actors Guild is like, I mean, they're a bitch to deal with when you're like trying to use their actors and shit, a lot of paperwork and whatever, but they are like, it's a really extraordinary union. Okay. When it is, dude, here for the dance and having fun, dude, Elf, let's go. By the way, Bryce is picking out his jersey. When he gets one, I will put a pic in Discord. All right. I will get that. He is picking out the jersey though. He says, thank you very much. But yeah, no, I get it. Life, it's gotta suck. Like trying to have a union now where everybody's like, fuck you, you're not bringing a union in here. It's probably horrible, right? I mean, you know, I imagine, I mean, a lot of those adult clubs are pretty devious. The way they treat people, they're so shitty, dude. But that's the whole point. The point is like those women deserve protections. They deserve health care. They deserve dental care. You know, they deserve like, you know, knowing that they're going to be free from predators, right? But dare to dream, baby. Dare to dream, you know? So like we're working on it, you know? we're working on it, boss. Dude, I'm just tired personally. I myself, guys, have like the sexual shame that comes from Christians, like right here, boss. You know what I'm saying? I'm done. I am done with the sexual shame that comes from right, that comes from these religious people. I'm done. Dude, I am fed up, bro. I don't want to hear anymore from these idiots about their proselytizing and their crying, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, check this out. Can I just show you? Let me just show you something, because they're all hypocrites, right? Like, look at this, for example. Okay, I want to show you one. Okay, let me just show you what I'm talking about. I mean, you guys know, I don't even need to show you, but look at this, okay? So look at this person here, okay? Watch her little clip here. Let's watch her video.
The billionaire owner of OnlyFans and the largest private donor to the American-Israeli Public Affairs Committee died this morning. Leonid Radvinsky was only 43 years old and had been privately battling cancer. Unfortunately, Radvinsky never came to know Christ, as he was a professing Jew and is to blame for the success of the multi-billion-dollar platform OnlyFans, which he acquired in 2018.
But you see what the Christians really think of Jewish people? But wait, it gets better, guys. Hold on.
Every one of the 4.6 million creators on OnlyFans, as well as the 360 million paying subscribers, have firsthand contributed to the influence and victories of 𝗙PAC, which is the most prominent sect of foreign lobbying on American politicians' decisions and policy.
Now, I want to pause here, because this girl right here, she's not wrong that he donated a lot of money to 𝗙PAC, but like, guys, it's not just him, okay? Like I said, most of our corporate people are donating. This girl voted for Donald Trump. Okay, not only did she vote for Donald Trump, she stumped for him. She was like online convincing people, no, Trump isn't racist. Trump took $300 million from 𝗙PAC. Trump is personal good buddies with Benjamin Netanyahu. Trump is literally a walking Zionism enabler. Okay, he is literally, his family is in bed with Zionism. His son-in-law, Netanyahu, slept in his fucking bed when he was a kid. Oh, come here, Jared. Oh, we love you, buddy. Oh. Dude, like, Trump is literally like Bibi's fucking bidet, dude. He is like a human bidet. And this woman, okay, is like now going off on her anti-𝗙PAC, like anti-Zionist, like, rant. But dude, she supported Trump. Like, I get it. If you're going to be anti-Zionist and you want to call that shit out, 𝗙PAC, very real. I totally get it. After this last election, seeing how they behaved online, I'm all for that. Let's detonate that shit. But you don't get to vote for Trump, the 𝗙PAC whore, right? And then simultaneously be like, oh, I am now anti-𝗙PAC, and you're not Jesus-y enough. But I did vote for the rapist and Epstein bestie. And so, like, let me proselytize to you about how big of a fucking hypocrite I am. I mean, give me a break, dude. Dude, Lynn's MAGA tears. Oh, Peter feels ignored. Peter, I'm sorry. Did I miss one from Peter, or is Peter just fucking out? Oh, dude, there's Peter. Conservative tears. Let's go, baby. There it is. For you, Peter. I'm sorry, buddy. There's a little conservative tears for you, bro. Let's go. We love to drink them up. Dude, thank you, Lynn's. Thanks for the reminder. Elf says, if you run in Wisconsin, I will work for free. Let's go. All right, but we're going to continue her rant. All right, here we go.
OnlyFans is America's most popular form of legalized prostitution, and along with pornography, has virtually and physically poisoned the Western world, desensitizing and making addicts of hundreds of millions of people to sexual and obscene material.
Dude, again, you know what's a much bigger problem right now? I mean, I'm not going to say that the adult content access, particularly for young men, getting that shit on their phones or their friends are showing it to them on iPads when they're very young, and then their parents aren't contextualizing it for them, that sucks. Okay, that does suck. The access of those like free tube sites, that's not OnlyFans. That's the free tube sites, okay, that our kids have access to, or Twitter, right? She's literally using a platform that is an X-rated platform right? This person here who's decrying pornography, she's on Twitter. Yo, chick, Twitter is a porn platform. Like, come on, baby, what are you talking about? Right? You know? But so that is a problem, okay? That access for young people. But guys, we have a much bigger problem right now that is about to eclipse even the adult content shit, and that is the gambling, okay? Gambling releases even more dopamine than sexual activity, okay? And now kids are getting access to crypto gambling. They're like 12 years old, man. And anybody can open up a crypto site on a foreign fucking thing. And now you got Polymarket, 𝗙cie, sports betting. They are literally getting everybody junked out on gambling. And it is one of the highest dopamine infusing activities you can imagine, dude. It is like, dude, we literally have a huge problem that is developing with young people where kids are like, it's going to fry their brains, man.
Despite the average creator making less than $200 a month, OnlyFans is sold as a liberating career path to women, with some girls jumping on the platform the moment they turn 18 and making multiple $1 million within their first 24 hours.
Dude, she's talking about 𝗙𝗎𝗄𝗏 there. That's what 𝗙𝗎𝗄𝗏 did. She went straight to OnlyFans and she made several million.
Although porn producers, distributors, and free speech coalitions all claim that porn is protected under the First Amendment, the porn industry, which includes OnlyFans, is actually the #2 biggest contributor to the world's sex trafficking industry.
And again, though, guys, sex trafficking existed before this shit, okay? Dude, sex trafficking existed before this stuff, guys. You know what I mean? It did. I mean, I'm not saying sex traffickers don't use this. They use the cam sites, they use pornography, but they use the modeling industry. You know what I'm saying? And I am not worried about comments right now. I am ranting. You know, I appreciate the comments, but I'm not here to read at the moment. I'm on a tear. Okay, I am.
This is because of how much of the content on explicit sites are not just simple role play, they are actually filmed rape and abuse. For example, Girls Do Porn was one of the most popular porn production companies on major porn sites, and they specialized in amateur porn, marketing it as young women's first-time scenes, raking in tens of millions of dollars and being one of the best performers on Pornhub. Their videos on average would get hundreds of thousands of views, but what each one of those consumers didn't know at the time was that the porn stars they were watching were actually girls trafficked through fake fitness modeling ads on Craigslist. The men running this California trafficking ring—
Yeah, but again, this has, like, what she's on here has nothing to do with OnlyFans, right? She's off on some, like, tangent now about sex trafficking. But dude, like, we want sex trafficking to be gone. Everybody does, right? But anyway, I'm done with her now because she's on a rant. Dude, FTT dance for Brody. Let's go. There it is. But anyway, again, to put this in perspective, okay? Now she has jumped off of OnlyFans and she is now moving into like this like other adult content, right? Which, yeah, that's the point of OnlyFans though. Women don't have to do that other exploitative shit, okay? They can actually own their shit, choose their partners, do their stuff. But again, this woman voted for Donald Trump. She encouraged other people to vote for Donald Trump. He is like the king of like money from Zionists. He is a lecherous, adulterous person who has essayed and abused like oodles of people, right? And while she's doing that, she is now giving us some purity speech about adult content when she literally voted and supported one of the biggest rapists of all time to ever be in American government, okay? Like, unfucking believable, right? And it's always like that, though. It's always some weird girl with these, like, super dead Handmaid's Tale eyes that look like they just crawled out of a bunker. They're wearing some outfit that is like some trad wife, like, you know, you get out of, I just got out of the bunker, fucking thrift store or whatever, right? You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, okay, thank you. You know, let's get some Jesus in the veins and fucking get this party on the road. Oh, come here. Oh, I promise I'm good. I just shit my diaper. Oh, vote for me. Vote for me. I love the Bible. Dude, yeah, no, I'm done with her too. But anyway, I got to make a video about this, dude. I do. I have to make a video about this. But let's look at the dance party, guys. We need 24 and 13. But now I'm done. Okay, now I will read comments. Guys, I've been holding on to that OnlyFans like shit, and I've been having these discussions though, because in the gaming industry, guys, this was a huge issue. Okay, was the adult world, because you would have people like Aiden Ross who would do streams with adult actresses or adult performers, and he would do streams with them for clout, and then he would bash them and the whole industry afterwards. And that is a really common thing for men to do. They participate in this industry. They feel a sense of shame about themselves because of their religious upbringing. And then they want to take it out on the women, okay? When in fact, it's like, no, dude, the like sex work, there's nothing wrong with that shit. Dude, I've said before, and I took some heat from this with these gamer kids, but I have said sex workers are better for the world than billionaires are. And I stand by those words, guys. I stand by those words. Sex workers are better for humanity than billionaires are. Billionaires are so harmful for humanity. They actually bring nothing good to humanity or the planet. They do nothing but grape the planet and abuse the system of humanity and society. They suck up all the resources, and they fucking usually manipulate our governments and fuck us all over. Sex workers are 1,000 times better for humanity. If you took every billionaire and replaced them with 12 sex workers, we would have such a better world, guys. The world would be 1,000 times better. It would. It would be so much better. There you go. That's my spiel. But now I'm done. Dude, that was a good rant. That was like a 59-minute rant on OnlyFans. I'm sorry if you feel like I wasn't, if I'm ignoring the comments, you guys can just chat with yourself. Sometimes I'm on a mission, okay? Sometimes I am on a mission, guys. And that's one of them, dude. Dude. Let's go. You like the haircut? Dude, it's good, isn't it? Dude, I look good. Dude, I think I'm gonna bleach it too. I might not though. We'll see. But in all seriousness, guys, though, like the gambling, I'm actually real worried about the gambling. Dude, borrow bad, looking great, Tommy. Love the new look. Thank you, boss. I'm worried about the gambling, okay? And not for myself or not even for my kid. I'm worried about the like Gen Alpha and Gen Beta, right? You know what I'm saying? That are coming in after the fucking, in this gambling prediction market world. I mean, dude, it's so bad. I've known so many people that got out of control with gambling. It is one of the most degenerate addictions, and it is so hard to kick because you use money for everything. You literally need money to stay alive. It's like anorexia. It's like kicking that type of shit where it is so hard, and it really hits guys hard too, because it taps into this guy's need to take care of, make a good living, get a home, provide for people. There's this programming we get about providing, and then gambling starts feeling like a way to elevate yourself in there. And then guys have trouble disengaging. When guys are losing, they tend to want to engage harder, right? It's a guy thing. It's like if once we start losing, we think we have to double and triple down in order to win this thing. And so guys in particular are really susceptible to this, and it's not uncommon for gamblers that get way out of control to end their own lives, guys. It is scary shit, bro. Really wish you stopped keeping me awake so long. Oh, Linz, thank you, boss. I appreciate you. I am going to get a little bit on an earlier schedule now. Dude, T-Bone Highlander, love your new do. Thank you, T-Bone. I love it. I love your name, dude. T-Bone. Let's go. Dude, Josie Ann says sex work should be legal and free of shame. Yes. Sex always has been complicated. Sometimes it is loving and truly sacred. Sometimes it is transactional. As long as it's consensual, it's all good. Yeah, I agree with that, Josiane. And I think, you know what I think is really crazy too, is I've always said that sex work is, I've felt like it should be free of shame too. But one of the things I've noticed, I mean, especially here in Portland, there's like an active poly community, and there's a lot of like, you know, there's a lot of novel approaches to sexuality here in the Northwest. And in fact, I know a woman in Seattle who is married to a guy, and he's married to another woman. The three of them share a house, and they birth kids. Like, they have kids and shit. And they're amazing. They have like a three-way marriage with kids. I mean, this shit can work. But what I have noticed is because of the religious shame in America, and because of our society that programs people to be ashamed of their sexuality, there can be a lot of people's childhood issues come bubbling out when sex gets involved. Like there is some, you know, patience and understanding and a certain level of vulnerability and caring that needs to be, you know, used in the context of your sexual relationships, because we can, like, a lot of America's generational trauma is around the sexual, like, stuff. You know, I think it's because of imperialism. Okay, imperialism, I mean, not only the history of marriage with women kind of being enslaved, but imperialism often was marauders coming in and graping. I mean, that was a huge part of you know, imperialist culture was you come into a native population and they would do whatever the fuck they wanted because they could. There was nobody there to police them, you know? So it's like imperialism is like really, really dirty. You know, it is really bad. And yeah, the Puritans, the religious shit in America is like super toxic sexually. Your pro-worker, anti-trafficker, pimps down, hoes up. Dude, Freddie, let's go. All right. Hey, man, get into it, Freddie. All right, guys, we need 18 and 6, boss. Let's get that dance party secured and let's go. Yeah, no, I know. Women get shamed about everything. Dude, everything, bro. But yeah, no, gambling, I'm worried about the gambling, guys. I honestly am, guys. The gambling, like, I think those prediction markets are really bad, dude. Men get shamed too. They do. Yeah, they certainly do. But they do. They're like, men shaming is a very different dynamic though than women shaming, right? Because women shaming is a cultural thing that is projected on women by men who are a higher hierarchical place. And male shaming tends to be exacerbated by men applying it to themselves, okay? It's not a societal applied shame. It is like a shaming that happens and then it festers quietly because men, like, circular, you know, it's like the whole society doesn't shame the men directly from a PowerPoint, but it's like it's more of an internally carried shame that men abuse themselves with it, right? And you know, it's like it's a different mechanism. It's like the shamers shaming themselves, because in a patriarchal society, the shame comes from the male caste down to the secondary female case. That's the way the society is set up. So the male shame is like the shamers shaming themselves, and then they often offload it to the women, and like it creates a fucking, you know, it's real toxic. But shame in and of itself is toxic. Like, I highly recommend EMDR, psychedelic therapy, any of those that deal with that. Ugly guys need love too. Dude, so Shane, I mean, I don't believe in ugliness, guys. I don't. LFG, let's go. And I guess it's because I've never been like one of the pretty boys, but you can develop charm, okay? If you think you're ugly or whatever, you're an ugly person, become charming. That's the way out. That's how you do it. Let me tell you, is one ugly guy to another. Dude, we can all be charming. All right, Shin, let's go, baby. We love it. Dude, Paula, let's dance, fam. We will. Thank you, Paula. We appreciate you. Dude, yeah, the graping that happens in war is so bad, dude. Dude, so bad. All right, it is, dude. Terrible, terrible stuff. You know, and have you guys seen? Can I just show you something, guys? Can I just show you? Because this is bad, guys. Okay? Talk about trafficking, okay? But look at this shit. Where is it? So, you ready? Like, look at this shit, guys. This is crazy, okay? Women are going into ICE detention and they're ending up pregnant. And it's starting to happen like rampantly, guys, okay? Rampantly. Dude, it's crazy. All right, we got a dance party. Dude, we need 3 minutes. Let's go, guys. It's time. It's time to secure the dance party. All right. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, let's do this. Dude, we're hitting it. I believe we're getting it. All right, for the hair. Dude, for the hair, baby. Dude, let's go. Eye of the beholder. Dude, I'm the eye of the tiger, baby. 2 minutes. Oh shit. Elf, let's go. Please make me hit the super chat button again. Dude, thank you, Elf. We appreciate you. Oh shit, 2 minutes, guys. We are down to the wire. Dude, let's go. 13 and 2, man. This is crazy, dude. I honestly, I don't think we get it. But, dude, I think we can. All right, let's go. I'm believing, dude. Let's go. There we go. 11 left. Dude, Elf, let's go. Dude, let's go. Dude, LFG from Elite. Ella, let's go. All right, guys, 1.5 minutes. We only need 11. Dude, we got this. All right. Dude, 10. There we go, dude. Let's go. Latura, thank you, boss. Appreciate you. Deleting words for dance party. I'll never make it. Dude, you got it. Thank you, Linz. LFG DL, appreciate you, boss. All right, guys, we need 8 left. 8 left, 1 minute. Let's go. Dude, yeah, Ella's like the quarterback of the team, dude. Let's go. Dude, fucking rock star. Well said. All right, 8 more. We got this. Dude, 7. Thank you, Kim. We appreciate you, boss. Let's go. Elf coming in hot, dude. Dude, John Saunders, thank you, boss. We appreciate you. All right, let's go. Dude, where is that tree? Pine box. Pine box. Thank you, Paula. 40 seconds. We need 4 more. Oh.
LA, we hit.
Whoops, wrong button. There we go. 4 more, dude. 3 more. Fontucky coming in hot. 30 seconds. Oh. Dude, we got this. I believe, dude. I believe. Dude, Freddie McRae. There are definitely ugly people out there. Some people don't care about anyone other than themselves. Other people just have asymmetrical faces. Let's go, dude. Belfast Bob, LFG. Let's go. There it is. We did it. Dude, Ella, LFG. Let's go, dude. We did it. We're doing it. Woohoo. Thank you, L. Appreciate you. And you're jealous of that hair? All right. Dude, Eli, I got you. Dude, I like the hair, bro. I found a good hairstylist, dude. I found one for the ages. And in fact, I feel so blessed right now that what I need, you know me, I don't believe in God, but I do believe in Paula White. Okay, so I'm gonna just worship Paula for a moment. Here we go. Come on, baby, Paula. Shake that money maker, baby. Let's go, Paula.
Hey!
Sakatara. Dude, let's go. Dude, I don't believe in God, but oh, do I believe in Paula.
Hey!
Dude. Dude, you know what they say, dude? Find yourself a girl who speaks in tongues and... dude, and you know, find a girl who speaks in tongues and you're going to find a happy man. Dude, sakata. Hey! Dude, oh shit. strike again, strike again, strike. Dude, I have a little crush on Paula White. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Little bit of a dysfunctional, you know. I mean, I'm thinking about converting actually for like a weekend. Dude, she never gets old, dude. She never gets old, boss. Oh, shit. Dude, I bet when her head spins around, that's some good shit. You didn't notice? Yeah, dude. Oh, dude. She's funny, bro. Right? Dude, something about those bunker babes that really do it for me. Dude, can I show you, though? You want to see the best thumbnail ever, dude? This thumbnail is so good. Like the thumbnail I made for this video. Dude, isn't that thumbnail incredible? The new Erika Kirk video? Dude, I love that fucking I love that thumbnail, bro. Isn't that amazing? Dude, it's so good. Let's go. You guys like Erika Kirk? You guys got an Erika Kirk thing? Oh shit. Jenny, I'm putting Erika Kirk in the video thing for the shorts. I forgot to do that, babe. I'm sorry. You're probably playing DBD, or actually you're probably in bed by now. But that's all right. It'll be there tomorrow. Not a big fan? Dude, yeah, me neither. Dude, let me just tell you, Erika Kirk is no Paula White, okay? They are not cut from the same cloth. Okay? Who is Erika Kirk? Oh my God, Regal. Can I just tell you, I wish I could go back to who is Erika Kirk. I'm serious, guys. I mean, can I just tell you, I feel like I've had two lives. I had a life prior to knowing who Erika Kirk was. And now I know, like, I never even knew who the fuck she was, guys. I'm serious. When she was married to Charlie Kirk, I never knew who she was. I had no idea who that woman was until he died. Dude, Elfinator says, Paula needs to make her next husband wear a condo on. All right. Dude, you know who she's married to, Elf? She's married to, like, the bass player of Journey or something, right? I think it's the bass player. Dude, she is married to a rock and roller. That's another reason. Yeah, Jonathan Cain. That's another reason why I like Paula White. Okay, because she likes to grind the rock boys. Okay, she is a keyboard player. Okay, he's a keyboard player. I knew he was some, like, you know, but yeah, is he or what is he? Jonathan Cain. He was the keyboardist from Journey, a keyboard and rhythm guitar, okay? But he was also in Bad English, and he is in Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but now he went Christian, okay? He went Christian, I guess, and, you know, he's always had like a solo Christian career, right? Isn't that funny? So she's got the rock shit, dude. She's got the rock shit, boss. You know what I'm saying? Dude, she does. She's got that rock and roll crusty vibes. Crusty rock and roll vibes. Peter Stats punkered out. Let's go. Who wins? Thank you. Appreciate you, boss. Oh, shit. All right. So now let's just have some fun, okay? We got our new hair. I got to go on my OnlyFans rant. And, you know, if there's something good we need to look at, I think the first thing we should start with, did you see the video of the plane crash, guys? Dude, this shit was wild, bro. Can I just show you? All right, so before we move on, I do want to talk about this. This is the woman. We're going to eventually do a series on this. I'm not going to go into it now because this is a show in and of itself. But so there are a lot of women are ending up pregnant in ICE facilities, okay? And that is fucking bizarre. We have a problem on our hands where a lot of these ICE guys are doing some shit. So we're gonna table that. But believe me, when we talk about trafficking, There's shit going on right now in America. But guys, look at this video. Okay, remember how I said, so yesterday I said how I knew that there were security cameras, okay, at the airport. They have many fucking security cameras that look over all the runways. They have these cameras. They need it. It's part of their airport insurance policies, and to make sure, you know, there is footage in case there's ever an accident, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay? But like, look at this, because there was a report. Let me go back to why I don't like AI. So the AI said this plane hit the truck going 30 miles an hour, but the plane hit the truck going 130 miles an hour. The plane had landed and was fucking cruising out, okay? And watch this. This is trigger warning here, okay? This is going to be pretty hard to watch, but you're going to see the truck pull up right here and start turning onto the runway. I mean, it's pretty gnarly.
Together, maybe you've seen this online. First time our audience is seeing it. You see the plane approaching on this runway. Here it comes, and there's the fire truck about to cross, and there is that collision. So it's just a terrible, terrible thing to look at.
Isn't that brutal? Dude, that is brutal. Like, that plane had literally just landed. It was, right, 130 miles an hour. There was nothing they could do. And so it looks like there's two things that happen. Like, one is that fire truck was being driven by two police officers. There was training. I believe training happens on Sunday nights. But then the air traffic controller, I think, made a mistake. Like, the air traffic controller, like, made a fucking timing mistake and then tried to get the truck to stop. But, like, I guess what's really hard for me thinking about it is I feel bad that a mistake was made, but, like, the guy in the truck didn't, like, I don't think he looked to his right. I mean, because if you look to your right, you see the plane. I mean, that plane was on the runway for a hot minute, you know? But yeah, it's brutal. I mean, it's just brutal. But guys, let me just say here, tragedies happen, okay? They do. They happen. I mean, really sad that those pilots died, but the fact that none of the passengers died, I mean, it could have been so much better. Yeah, I don't know. I think he was just in a hurry to get to the call, but there was a lot of shit going on. It looks like the United plane that was going back to the terminal that had the odor on it was also pressuring the air traffic controller. So there's a lot going on. It seemed like the United plane that was going back to the terminal was making the air traffic controller do some of the work that the plane should have been doing. So he was distracted trying to find a terminal place for that United Airlines flight while he was dispatching the truck, and then he made a mistake, and then it was too late for them to do anything about it. And so it all added up to a Sunday night training some people and a tragedy. But I will say this though, guys, I will say that I believe that there is a deep lack of leadership in the Department of Transportation. I think Sean Duffy is a terrible fucking leader. That guy does not, I mean, you see him. All he does is PR. All he does is reality TV appearances and talks about pull-up bars and dressing nice and all this bullshit, but he's not providing them any fucking leadership. I mean, there are a lot of places where there's only one air traffic controller when there should be two, should be three. These guys are stressed out. Like, these ATCs are, like, often, it is such a stressful job, and they're not getting a lot of support. They're not getting a lot of help. Nobody is. I mean, the economy's getting wrecked by these assholes. And then Trump's whole administration is running around doing TV appearances. Oh, go on Fox News some more and then come change my diaper. Nah. You know? Dude, it's like, come on, bro. Dude, he's killing the whole world right now. He is, dude. All right. But now we're gonna watch some Trump clips, okay? So breathe in, guys. Yeah, dude, I know Doge is fucking responsible for a lot. It is Midnight. Doge is fucking responsible for wreckage in the ATC system, but they're also responsible for just a lot of wreckage in the, weakening government agencies from top to bottom, because they enabled like the sussing out of anyone who wasn't a loyalist, and they helped like clean people out. And then you see these assholes, right? You see all those depositions where they ask the DEI guys, like, describe DEI or tell me about why you were eliminating these programs. Those dudes don't even know what the fuck they're talking about, bro. They were just eliminating everything that was like not white Christian, right? They're so devious, dude. They're so devious. It was so obvious what they're doing, right? Arrogant and stupid, Dude, that's how Mark Wayne got his job? Yeah, no, I know. Mark Wayne got confirmed. Dude, what an idiot, bro. What an idiot, dude. Good. All right. So, yeah, that was heartbreaking. But, all right, so we got to look at some Trump clips, okay? I grabbed a number. We're going to bomb through a bunch of Trump clips. We're going to talk about them. But, like, dude, Trump is such a dick, dude. God. Why can't we get a pine box? Can I just tell you, though, right, about the retiring government employees, guys? All of the government employees, okay? You could retire all of government. If you eliminated every single government employee, dude, that's only 5% of the government budget, dude. Like, firing government employees is like the least, it is the least, efficient way of trimming down the government. It's so bad. It's 5%. The entire government payroll is 5% of the U.S. budget. It's so dumb, dude. It's the most inefficient cuts are to the actual workforce. Like, it's all the Pentagon, and then, a lot of it is Medicaid and like the government benefits portion. But the government salaries itself is literally 5% of the budget. It's nothing, dude. It's nothing. And yeah, man, those government workers, they provide a lot of services. And can I just tell you, all those government jobs had better retirement than private. They had better benefits than private jobs. Like, government jobs were better than private workforce jobs, way less exploitative unless you worked in the post office. My uncle was an ATC at O'Hare. Oh, shit, Elf, dude, that's crazy. I bet he's got some stories. And yeah, no, I know it was never about waste. It was about getting rid of everyone who wasn't a Trump loyalist. Like, they wanted the government to be all like, acolytes, right? That's what they want. They wanted a government where nobody would prevent them from destroying it and gutting it and looting it and every other abuse they want, right? They wanted only yes men. Like, but all right, we're going to watch some Trump clips. Dude, yeah, I'm thinking, is there no pine box? Because, like, even Satan doesn't want this asshole, dude. Dude, right? Even Satan is like, dude, fuck Trump, bro. Satan's like, I'm going to keep that motherfucker alive until he's like 400. I don't want him, dude. Dude, Satan is like, dude, deport, right? Dude, he is Satan? Nah, dude, he wishes he was Satan. Dude, he's like Satan's bunghole, dude. His hair does look a little different. It's hard to tell if it's his hair or if he got like a forehead fucking sculpt, right? Did he get a forehead sculpting or what? Dude, all right, here we go.
These talks go well, and you reach
I don't think he's going to be a Newsmax.
if these talks go well and you reach a ceasefire agreement.
Do you see that, though? Do you see he got into it with a Newsmax reporter? And look at what he says. He says, I don't think he's going to be at Newsmax long. Right? That's his thing. While he's interviewing, while he's sitting there in the middle of the interview, he sees a Newsmax reporter he doesn't like that he's got beef with, and he like openly threatens his job. Okay? The president is just openly threatening. Now, and every trans person in America will tell you, like, welcome to our world, right? Because he threatens everybody, okay? Now, this is, you ready? This is crazy, dude, okay? So, the humiliation ritual, okay? We talked a little bit about the 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏 shoes. I got a clip of the 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏 shoes, right? Where Trump's forcing them to wear his shoes. And everybody acquiesces even when the shoes are like way too big. So now every meeting of these guys, every time they do a public press conference, they go through the MAGA humiliation ritual where Donald Trump stands there and forces everybody around him to sit there and polish the knob, dude. They all, oh, Trumpy, oh, tell me how great I am. Change my diaper. They're like, Trumpy, I love you. Trumpy, like you're saving the world. The earth would be on fire and in pieces if it wasn't for you shitting your diaper here on live television. Oh, thank you. Oh, feels so good. Right? That's what it is. But dude, so Stephen Miller had gone on a 5-minute rant of Trump. Oh, Trump, I love you. Oh, my God, I love rubbing my bald head on the inside of your soiled diaper. Oh, Trump, I love you so much. You are the greatest. Watch what happens here at the end of this shit. He just finished 5 minutes of greasing Trump's knob, and everyone's clapping like, oh, dude, Trump, put him on Mount Rushmore, dude, put him on. I know they're just clapping. Oh, they're like, oh, my God. Dude, my 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏 shoes are 4 sizes too big, but like, oh.
So, Kash, see if you can top that. I don't know. That's a tough one, Kash.
That is tough. You know, Mr. President, as I look around this venue, I see, and I'm reminded again, why we have the greatest warriors on God's green earth, the men and women serving in uniform, the men and women serving and wearing the badge, and law enforcement, our police, our sheriffs around the state of Tennessee. I'm reminded that Americans exist to protect this country day in and day out, and they've done it like we've done it here. But what we didn't have was you. We didn't have a commander-in-chief who backed the blue, who resourced the blue, who funded the military.
Dude, yeah, we've never had a commander-in-chief who supported policing, dude. Dude, shut the fuck up, Kash. Dude, Kash, I'm sorry. You're going to have to get on a plane, and you're going to have to go get cucked by your girlfriend's bass player. Please, exit stage left. Dude, shut the fuck up. Dude, oh my God.
Who did whatever it takes to safeguard every single life. And here in Memphis, Tennessee, you have put on a show for the world. You have allowed us to go out there and capture gangbangers, rapists, murderers, drug dealers at record
Except for the rapist in the White House. We have a negative on arresting the rapist in the White House.
historic levels. And for me, a first-generation Indian American kid whose parents fled a genocide in East Africa to become the 9th director of the FBI, I'm living the wildest dream you could possibly imagine, sir. But it's
Dude, what? Did you see that though? Right? Where Stephen Miller, 5 minutes of just pounding the Trump nuts. And then he literally just says to Kash, are you going to be able to top that? See if you can top that. Like, he literally stands there and commands them to, like, just polish his fucking knob in public. And then they do it. So my question is, guys, is what does Trump have on these people? Right? Like, what does he have on these guys? There's just no way, dude. There's like, I would never prostrate myself to a fucking 80-year-old man like that. Does he have blackmail on them? Is he like guaranteeing them all like $1 billion? Like, honestly, what the fuck is going on? Because that is not normal behavior. It is like, and they're shameless about it, right? And they're breaking the law for him, okay? They are, dude. Pam Bondi and Kash Patel, they're breaking the law with the Epstein files. The federal law, dude. Like, we might be able to put those motherfuckers in jail. But, dude, I don't understand. Like, I would love to get in a room with Donald Trump so I could just fucking tell him off. But they just polish, dude. They polish. It's like knob, 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 knob. Dude, it's so crazy. Kash needs to resign. He does, dude. Dude, what the hell, bro? He's got to have some dirt, okay? Got to have some dirt, okay? Now, here we go. You ready? Now, again, the big news, okay? We saw the tweet, the threat of the Strait of Hormuz. Big news, guys. Donald Trump backed off of Hormuz, okay? It was 4:44 Pacific time today, 7:44 Eastern, 7:44 p.m. Eastern, when his big 48-hour threat to Iran about Hormuz and the power plants had expired. But he woke up today and changed it and said, no. And then, yes, market manipulation. Guys, I really feel like some shit is going on now where a lot of this, like, is pumping the market, okay? He issues a threat, everything panics, everything crashes, they buy, right? And then he fucking changes shit up, relief, and then everything jumps up again. And I really think they're doing some shit now because he is really starting to pull this nonsense. And Iran, he said, we had some good talks. Dude, Iran said, we haven't talked to anybody. Okay, he's lying about it. Okay, he's lying about all kinds of shit here, you know? So they lied about striking the UK base. Is that the Diego Garcia? Was that the UK base or is that something else? But yeah, he had his big fucking, we're going to blow you all up. And then he completely backed off of it. Okay, he completely backed off this morning. And he said, we've had good talks. Iran said nobody's talked to anybody. And now look at what he says here, though.
To get together today by probably phone because it's very hard to find a country. It's very hard for them to get out, I guess. But we'll at some point very, very soon meet. We're doing a 5-day period. We'll see how that goes. And if it goes well, we're going to end up with settling this. Otherwise, we'll just keep bombing our little hearts out.
Who is Steve Witkoff speaking with?
Dude, so that's his thing. So now he said there's going to be a 5-day period where if it goes well, right, or we're going to bomb our little hearts out. And he's like so nonchalant and so like detached with the bombing and the killing and the aggression and but dude, what the fuck was the beginning of that, guys? Did you notice the beginning where he said, we're going to talk. It'll probably be on the phone. Like what else would it be? Like, what, are you going to go meet the guy from Iran? I don't think so. There's no way that he would, right? There's no way that he would fucking, be doing anything but a phone call. He's probably not even going to have a phone call. Dude, if, what's he going to have a face-to-face? His ugly hair, what is it? The traders made bets worth $500 million right before his shit. Is this more? Traders made $500 million in oil market bets 15 minutes before his post. Okay? That sent the price of crude tumbling. Of course. Dude, look at that. $580 million in bets. So again, dude, these guys are just looting. Okay? They're looting. It's so gross, boss, that they're looting, right? He makes a proclamation and then they buy or they sell it short or whatever, and then they know what's coming, dude. Dude, it's so gross. It is like so gross, guys. Like, what are we doing, man? You know, I mean, dude, there better be some fucking jail time, bro. That's all I gotta say. Is there better be some jail time. All right. All right, guys, we're going to interrupt this momentarily here with a quick poll. Okay. Because I want to poll and do I bleach my hair? Bleached or natural? There we go. We're going to do a 5-minute poll, guys. Bleached or natural? Because I could bleach it, and so it'll be like yellow, blonde, platinum, whitish, or we can leave it natural. Leave it just the spectacular color you see here, and I have the salt and pepper look with the salt and pepper beard. Again, vote. Vote on the... All right. Dude, why he feels the economy is going well? No, I know. They're looting the shit out of us, dude. Dude, they are looting the shit out of us. Dude, Jenny wants me to leave it natural. She does. She wants me to leave it natural. She's liking it. I'm kind of liking it, guys. I normally don't like it. I'm definitely not dyeing it. Like, there won't be any color dyeing. Okay, so that you can take that off your menu. Like, there's not going to be any color dyeing. Right? Not while I'm a political streamer, right? I'm keeping it real. But yeah, dude, just looting these guys. All right, so bombing our little hearts out. We're going to get to the Elvis one in a minute. Here's another one. You ready? Oh my God, dude. This is crazy. This guy is so dumb, dude. You ready? Here we go.
Thank you very much.
Whose idea was that to put ice in the airport?
We're dealing really...
Whose idea was it?
Mine. That was mine.
Can I ask you said
that was like the paperclip. You know the story of the paperclip? 182 years ago, a man discovered the paperclip. It was so simple. And everybody that looked at it say, why didn't I think of that? Ice was my idea. First person I called was Tom Homan. I said, what do you think? He said, I think it's great. Then I saw today there was some masks on. I didn't think the masks were appropriate. I put out a statement and I asked them, would it be possible to take off the mask? Because they should wear a mask when they're dealing with the murderers and the thugs let into our country.
You said there's many points of agreement with Iran right now.
Many.
What can you give us a
Dude, he is so full of shit, bro. Dude, the paperclip. Dude, I would like to take a paperclip, okay? Every time he opens his mouth, my idea. Oh, it's like the paperclip. I'm such a genius. Oh, my idea. I said, hey, I should change my diaper with paperclips. Oh, I love you, paperclip. Dude, what a fucking idiot, bro. Like, every time I see him speak, I'm just like, Pine box. Dude, Paula, how do I feel? Yes. Dude, let's go. Sakatara. I'll repost my bleach blonde hair again. Let's go, Elf. Thank you, boss. Here it is. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Love to see it. Dude, ice was his idea. Yeah. Dude, he is such a dumbass. All right, you ready? Here we go, dude. Watch this.
Mr. President, you've deployed ICE agents to American airports today. Newsmax, sir. You've deployed ICE agents.
You're not doing a very good job.
You've deployed ICE agents.
You're not doing a good job. Did you hear me? Okay, go ahead.
What exactly do you want from these talks?
I'm taking CNN over Newsmax.
What exactly are you looking for in these talks, Mr. President?
We're looking for all of the things that we've been talking about. We want to see no nuclear bomb, no nuclear weapon, not even close to it.
Dude, you see that? Like, he's such a gutless turd, bro. Who are you with? Newsmax? Oh, you're not doing a good job. You're obnoxious. Oh, you should be ashamed of yourself. Oh, I'm going to pick somebody else. Dude, he is such a fucking goon, dude. He is so thin-skinned. He is so weak. He's so gross. He's vile. He smells like human shit and fucking tainted diaper. Dude, give me a break, bro. Give me a break. Oh, I like my diaper. Dude. Like, dude, yeah, no, Newsmax is like very right? But CNN, though, I'll have to hand it to him. CNN has been polishing a mean knob, dude. Really, CNN has. All right, you ready? Now watch this one, though. Dude, this one is insane, guys. Right? This one is fucking crazy here. Like, dude. Because, again, remember, one of the number one issues with this Iran war is that there's no off-ramp, okay? Because nobody knows, like, what the objective is. Because we didn't go in there with an objective. They didn't have an atomic weapon. They weren't close to having an atomic weapon. They didn't have one back in June. It's basically Netanyahu is on a rampage and has been since, 2023, right? Since October of 2023. And so Trump is like just polishing the Netanyahu knob and basically chasing Netanyahu around a risk board while Netanyahu's like grabbing all the pieces. And so Trump gets into this Iran thing. They kill everybody, all the leaders. So now they have no idea who's going to run this fucking country. It looks like it's going to be the son of the Ayatollah that they killed, right? But he thought it was going to be easy, and it's not easy. But they don't know what victory even looks like. They don't have, like, if you said to Trump, "What's victory?" Dude, he has no idea, boss. What did he say on Fox? He said, "I'll feel it in my bones." Like, oh shit, bro. All right, dude, we're all gonna die. But look at what he says here, dude. This is insane.
Thank you.
What about the Strait of Hormuz? Who's going to be in control of that?
That'll be opened very soon if this works.
How soon? And who's in control of it? Will Iran still be able to control the flow of oil?
Be jointly controlled.
By who?
Maybe me. Maybe me.
You want the United States to be in
Me
control
and the Ayatollah, whoever the Ayatollah is, whoever the next Ayatollah. Look, and there'll also be a form of a very serious form of a regime change. Now, in all fairness, everybody's been killed from the regime. They're really starting off. There's automatically a regime change. But we're dealing with some people that I find to be very reasonable, very solid. The people within know who they are. They're very respected. And maybe one of them will be exactly what we're looking for. Look at Venezuela, how well that's working out. We are doing so well in Venezuela with oil and with the relationship between the president-elect and us. And maybe we find somebody like that in Iran.
Dude, in other words, he has no idea. Dude, did you see that clip? He has no idea, dude. He is just like winging it. Like, yeah, the dog ate my paper and my mom took it to the grocery store and it's at the grocery store right now and I'm going to go over there and get it. Dude, what the hell did he just say? First off, he's like, we killed everybody, so there's been like automatically a regime change. Oh, great. Yeah, that's great, Trumpy. You killed everybody. Great. He has no idea. I mean, dude, right now, it's the son of the Ayatollah that is like running this thing. So there's been no regime change. Nothing has happened, right? Nothing has changed. It is literally the same regime, just minus a few players that died in that morning breakfast bombing. Okay, that's for starters. Next up, though, he's talking about the Strait of Hormuz, and he said it's going to be open immediately. Okay, I highly doubt that. But then him and the Ayatollah, whoever that is, because he has no idea, like, who's running the fucking country. But him and somebody are going to be in charge of the Strait of Hormuz, supposedly. But he then goes on to talk about Venezuela. But like, dude, there's been no change in Venezuela. The Venezuela regime is completely unchanged. All he did was pick Maduro out of it. Nothing has changed in Venezuela. Nothing is different down there at all, right? He introduced a little bit of chaos, but like, dude, this guy has no idea what he's doing. He has no idea who's going to be running Iran, who is, how they're going to feel about us. The Strait of Hormuz is never going to be run by Donald Trump and an Ayatollah, okay? Like, I can tell you that is the one situation that will absolutely never happen, will be Trump and the Ayatollah, like, you know, having a fucking joint management of the Strait of Hormuz. Can I hate on everyone for not voting blonde? You can, Elf. It looks like natural wins, dude. 130 votes. All right. Well, dude, I was going to leave it natural, but great minds think alike. But man, dude, and this though, guys, this reminds me of the debate, okay? And I just want to do a quick little spiel here, because we could laugh at the substance of how stupid this is and Trump being an ass. But what I don't like about this is the same thing that I didn't like about the debate. And that is the president of the United States is like a serious job. When you're doing it, you literally control the like lives of like millions of people. And if you do it poorly, a whole bunch of people can die, like those young girls at the Iranian grade school. And so when you are the president, preparedness is like the number one thing. If you respect the job and if you respect the power of the job, you go into every situation like really prepared, okay? You don't walk in there with no information and just make it up on the fly. I'm just going to bullshit my way out of this, because that shows that you have no fucking respect for the job. And Trump did that with the debate too, where you could see that Kamala Harris had really prepared for that debate. And he showed up and was like, I'm just going to wing it. I'm going to get mad. I'm going to yell at people. I'm going to start screaming about eating animals, some bullshit lie to try and get some viral attention. But he doesn't take the job seriously. He doesn't take his job of like protecting us and helping us seriously. He thinks it's a big fucking joke that he can just show up and bullshit and whatever and be a fucking, you know, a huckster. And man, that really bothers me. Okay. That bothers me. You know, I mean, aside from the corruption and just the blatant criminal degeneracy of this guy, it bothers me that he doesn't take the job serious, you know, because it's a really important job, you know what I'm saying? It is. And it's become obvious when you look at him with his attacks, and he's like, now that Iran is gone, the Democrats are the number one enemy or whatever. I mean, he's just a prick, dude, who deserves a pine box, right? He does. Like, pine box. All right, now, you ready? Now we're going to look at the two Graceland clips, okay? I don't know exactly what he was doing in Graceland, but he went to Graceland and he was like signing a guitar or some shit. Do we know the background of why he was in Graceland? I didn't look up the background, but dude, he's like signing a guitar, and then he makes a comment about, like, you know, fighting Elvis. Like, really? What are we doing? Okay. Seriously, Obama and both Clintons knew before. Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, everybody knew. I mean, we knew this guy was not serious from the get-go. He's always been a douche. But isn't it wild, though, guys, how the dudes who behave like Trump, where they don't respect the jobs they have, They don't respect their power. They come in and just wing it and they try to bullshit their way. But they're also the ones that always talk about meritocracy, even though they themselves never do the work to deserve the station they're at, like ever. Okay, they never do. They talk about meritocracy, but this guy is qualified for nothing. Okay, he is the schlumpiest, like most pathetically unskilled sack of crap you could possibly imagine. And he thinks, you know, like he is so deserving. But all right, here we go.
There you go.
It's a great honor. Hold it. Has anyone tested this pen yet?
I think you're the first.
Should we just
Right
give
there.
me a piece of paper just to make sure at what level the ink is,
Yes.
right?
Dude, what level
So
the
easier
ink
to
is.
do that way than ruin the guitar.
Exactly.
Has somebody tested
Okay,
this
not
pen?
Ready, everybody? Let's see here.
Oh, God. Pine box. Pine box.
Oh, that came out good. Look at that.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Oh.
You never know. These are hard to sign. But that came out pretty good.
Is that the first guitar you signed?
Just about.
Just
Now, Biden
about.
couldn't do that. He'd have to send it out to be signed.
Dude, he's like, oh, I signed my name so good. Oh, mommy, I signed my name so good. Look at my name on the guitar. Oh, I did it so good. It's hard to sign these. Have you ever signed one? No, just about. Oh, please. Oh, wait. No, I'm shitting my diaper. Dude, like, they're hard to sign. And then you've signed guitars? No, just about. Dude, what a fucking clown, bro. Dude, yes, I wear big boy pants. Dude, he is such an idiot, bro. But guys, dude, it gets better, okay? You thought the signing was like the ultimate, but now watch this, dude. All right? Now he fucking talks about wanting to fight Elvis, okay? Right? That's his thing. That's what he thinks about, guys. When he goes to Graceland and he signs a guitar for whatever, but now he goes off on a tangent about, like, do you think if I fought Elvis, I would win? Fighting. Because Elvis, of course, was like well known as a whatever MMA fighter. Like, bro, dude, you know what I want? Can I just tell you what I want so bad? The hook, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. We need the hook, right? We need the Muppets. This thing right here, dude. You ready? Right here, dude. Watch this. There we go. That's what we need right there. Dude, Donnie! Oh! Dude, please, somebody give him the hook, bro. Oh my God. Here you go. You ready? Dude, he's hanging out with Logan Paul and Jake Paul. He's puffing up his nuts. Oh, I puffed up my nuts. Oh, come here, Elvis. I'm going to beat the shit out of your cadaver. Dude, Eric Clapton has a better signature. Let's go, dude. Let's go, Elf. All right, here we go. Elvis, I'm sorry, buddy. All right,
One that had the karate patch on it. Elvis had 2 8th degree black belts in karate. One was in Kempo, and that's what this
Was
patch
he
is
really
for.
good, or was it just...
Actually, he was really good.
Okay.
He started practicing.
Could I have taken him in a fight?
I don't know. You might.
I think he would have been respectful enough to let you win.
Yes, he probably would.
But he and Bruce Lee really brought
karate.
Yeah, he would have been. But he and Bruce Lee really brought karate to the West.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's good.
Yep.
It's very good. Well, Bruce Lee was pretty good, right?
Bruce
You having a
Lee
good time, maybe?
was pretty good.
Interesting. It's a little bit different, yeah.
Okay, now, first off, can we talk for a minute about karate? Because if you look at the people who really study karate, they're not studying it to fight. Okay? It's a discipline. It is like an energy focusing thing. It is like a physical training thing. It is a repetition of motion. Okay? It is like meditative. Okay? And martial arts is about expanding your flexibility and your power and using it to achieve these like training goals. Okay? It really, yeah, no, I know martial arts. It is an art, man. Like the 𝗍𝗢𝗽𝗧𝗄 karate, it's like ballet mixed with yoga, mixed with physical conditioning, mixed with like an intensive study of like thousands of years old discipline. So you are becoming a part of a long tradition of like centeredness and a warrior mindset. You know what I'm saying? And it's really like beautiful. They don't do it to fight. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They don't do it to fight. They don't do it to fucking, but he immediately goes to the like fighting thing, right? With him. Whereas like, dude, there's nothing. I mean, look at his face. He's like, oh, dude, there's nothing about Donald Trump like ever. Okay, if you go back to all through Trump's life, Donald Trump has never been in shape. He has never been physically fit. He has never been, anybody who studied meditation or any kind of discipline. He is about as undisciplined and as unfucking centered as a human being could possibly be. Dude, Trump is a reckless, like sloppy disaster. Okay? And he has never done anything to better himself in any way, shape, or form, behaviorally, mentally, spiritually, anything. Okay? This guy has never plugged into a tradition of anything but being a degenerate. And so for him to like hear the word karate and he instantly just thinks of like street fighting. And then did you see his face when the guy said, oh, he would have been gracious enough to let you win? And Trump was like, oh, that's what I love to hear, right? Like he's all like, oh, that's really good. Like Elvis would have let me win. Like, bro, dude, what are we doing, bro? All right, Elf, it's literally Jedi Masters. It is Elf. And dude, stop the stupidity. Let's go, baby. Thank you, boss. Dude, isn't that crazy? I want to watch this one again. I do. I want to watch this one again, boss. This one is
one that had the karate patch on it. Elvis had 2 8th degree black belts in karate. One was in Kenpo, and that's what this
was. He really good, or was it just?
Actually, he was really good.
Okay.
He started practicing.
Dude, when he says, was he really good, or was it just, it's like, yo, you don't get a black belt, Trump, without being really good, right? He's like in Kenpo, right? But Trump's like, oh, was it good, or did they just give him the black belts because he was Elvis? Like, dude, he knows nothing, dude. Like, he's so dumb. Like, no, they never just give you an honorary black belt. Like, hey, yeah, oh, yeah, we like you. You're famous. Here, come get a black belt, dude. Dude, so stupid, right? Like, all right, here we go.
One that had the karate patch on it. Elvis had 2 8th degree black belts in karate. One was in Kenpo, and that's what this
was. He really good, or was it just?
Actually, he was really good. Okay. He started practicing.
Could I have taken him in a fight?
I don't know. You might.
I think he would have been respectful enough to let you win.
Yes, he probably would.
But he and Bruce Lee really brought karate.
Yeah.
He would have been. But he and Bruce Lee really brought karate to the West.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's good.
Yep.
It's very good. Well, Bruce Lee was pretty good, right? Mm-hmm. You having a good time, media?
Dude, Bruce Lee was pretty good. Dude, dude, Trump has a FIFA black belt. Dude, Bruce Lee was pretty good. Yeah, that Tom Brady guy was like, he's pretty good. Right? Yeah, he could kind of throw a ball. Dude, Bruce Lee was nuts, bro. He thinks you get a participatory black belt. Yeah, he does. Dude, narcissists have to degrade everyone, apparently even the deceased. You're not wrong, Kim. You're not wrong. You're right. Because narcissists, like, dude, they love the deceased. They do. They love, dude, Bruce Lee was fucking nuts, man. Like, nuts. And not only was, like, Bruce Lee, like, crazy, like, athletic and skilled, but I don't know, dude. He was like a crazy, he really took the filmmaking, like, seriously, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, dude. Those, like, deep practicing martial artists, I feel like they really are, you know, I don't know. They feel a little bit like monks in a way, you know? You know what I'm saying? Dude, it's like, wow, what a fucking idiot.
Interesting. It's a little bit different, yeah.
Dude, what a fucking putz, bro. Oh my God. Yeah. And that's it, though. Trump has never earned anything. Dude, Trump has never earned anything, guys. Tai Chi is great. Dude, I used to see Tai Chi, people doing Tai Chi at the park all the time. Dude, right? Yeah, no, Trump invented MMA. He invented ice. What else did Trump invent? He invented everything. Dude, Elvis earned his teenagers. No, dude, I mean, that's the one way that Trump and Elvis were alike, is they both liked girls about the same age. Disgusting excuse for a POTUS. Yeah, Jason, you're not wrong, boss. Like, dude, Trump is, I mean, every time I look at Trump, I just am like, bro, how, like, I have trouble being an American, you know? It is hard to be an American, guys. When I look at this sack of shit and think about the fact that, like, this is what the American presidency has become, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, what a sack of crap. Okay, so it looks like we have 2 more clips, okay? 2 more clips, and then I'm going to go make some videos. Tonight's kind of a short night. Tonight was a little, like, hair celebrating night, okay? I think, you know, I might bump the TikTok media thing, and maybe we'll cover that. I might bump the TikTok thing till tomorrow. All right, the TikTok state media thing. Dude, TikTok, let me just tell you, and we'll look at this tomorrow, but I've just gone through some shit getting my account struck with TikTok, where they are a state media outlet now that Ellison owns it. They are actively preventing and protecting. They're protecting the Trump family specifically, guys. And protecting, like, Zionist Israel as well. And we are going to take a look at it. It's oh, wow, dude. It is bad, boss. It is like crazy shit. I mean, I've been on TikTok since 2020, so I've seen this shit come up. Dude, it is crazy. Okay? It is, but they are, if you talk about Melania and Jeffrey Epstein, they are now pinging you for misinformation, guys. Okay? And this is crazy. So we're going to look at that. But first, guys, we have to look at this clip right here, because this clip we're about to watch might be one of the most damning, like, you know, 43 seconds of Republican media that is going to haunt Donald Trump for this election. Okay, we're in a big election year. We got, you know, Trumpy put Mark Wayne Mullen in there. He's going to try and sick ice on the voter precincts. We know they're going to pull some snafu shit because their redistricting didn't plan out the way they wanted it to. But they are now working on the SAVE Act, okay? The SAVE Act is a voter suppression bill that is all about 2 things. One, it's about defying the Constitution and requiring all the states to share their voter data with the federal government, which is not supposed to happen. That's part one. Part two is a controlled purging monthly of all voter rolls that then the federal government can get involved in. And it's really about kicking people off the voter rolls and having no recompense for them getting back on. And in fact, if you get kicked off, then the process of getting back on the voter rolls is really hard. Every time you need like a passport or these documents, you have to go in person to specific places. So it is basically share the voter data with the government, and then every month they kick people off the rolls and make it very hard for you to get back on. Okay? So it is, yes. I mean, it could be bad for them too. If the Democrats take power, you could use it against Republicans and do the same shit. So this thing is just toxic. It is bad for voting. But anyway, they have been building a narrative of trying to get this thing passed. They don't have the votes. Okay, it needs 60 on this. They're never going to get 60. But they have been trying to introduce chaos in hopes that they can force some senators to like give in to the will and pressure them. So part of what's been going on is this fight about DHS. So after Minneapolis and after ICE killing 2 American citizens, Renee Good and 𝗪𝗛𝗓, the Democrats said, here's the deal. We're not funding ICE, okay? We're not. We have a laundry list of shit, and we will not fund ICE. We will keep the government shut down indefinitely. We will fund everything else, okay? They proposed standalone bills for FEMA, for TSA, for all the other agencies. Democrats have been trying to fund everything but ICE, but the Republicans have been refusing, okay? They won't pass the standalone bills, and then they're saying the Democrats are causing the lines, but they're not. This is all Republicans, but they've been lying about the narrative and blaming the Democrats, and of course, they're not telling the truth about the standalone bills, and they're trying to introduce this chaos. But along comes John Kennedy, okay? And look at what he says right here in 43 seconds, because he just sank the entire MAGA like TSA funding game. Okay, and here we go.
Senator Cruz and I came up with a plan. We said, look, it's a 2-step process. The Democrats have offered to open up everything but ICE. Ted and I said, okay, let's accept their offer. And then at the same time, we would offer a bill for reconciliation where we don't need any Democratic votes to do whatever we wanted to do with ICE. And that way we're out of the shutdown and DHS is back open. We submitted that, Senator Cthulhu submitted that to President Trump, as is his right. He said no deals with the Democrats. So we're back to square one.
So there you go, dude. I mean, dude, he is a hillbilly, okay? But so he just gave away the whole game. The Democrats were willing to fund everything but ICE. And then eventually they struck a deal with the Democrats to fund everything but ICE. And they were going to do ICE through reconciliation. So everything would be taken care of. And Trump nuked it. So now all of the lines, everything that's happening with TSA, if there's a terrorist attack, whatever happens now, we know from the words of John Kennedy in Louisiana that this is all on Trump. This is 100% Trump. Trump nuked opening the government. And in fact, the Dems offered to open everything and Trump nuked it all. Dude, isn't that huge? Right? And so, well, ICE is a part of DHS. Okay? ICE is a department. Okay? ICE and CBP and TSA and FEMA, all of those, Department of Homeland Security is the agency that has all of those. All right, they're all like bits and pieces. Okay, you fund DHS and it funds ICE and CBP, TSA, FEMA, the whole thing, right? All the counterterrorism. I mean, it's all under one umbrella. But they wanted to fund everything, including ICE. And the Dems said, we'll fund everything but ICE because they had some issues with the mask, with body cameras, with murdering U.S. citizens, et cetera, et cetera. But he just fucking sank their battleship. Now, guys, I would be remiss, okay, if I didn't share my favorite John Kennedy clip, because this is just really important, okay? Every time we do a John Kennedy, we have to do his campaign ad about the crackhead, okay? Because this is just fucking unbelievable. Let's see if we can find the whole ad. All right, you ready? So, dude, this was John Kennedy's shining moment. All right, you ready? You ready for this? Dude, unfucking believable, bro. This is from his campaign, dude. It's a campaign ad. Quite possibly, I have to hand it to him, quite possibly the best campaign ad I've ever seen. Okay, I really, it's good. You ready? Here we go.
Violent crime is surging in Louisiana. Woke leaders blame the police. I blame the criminals. A mom should not have to look over her shoulder when she's pumping gas. I voted against the early release of violent criminals, and I opposed defunding the police. Look, if you hate cops just because they're cops, the next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead. I'm John Kennedy, and I approve this message.
Dude, look at that, bro. Is that not the line of a century, boss? Oh, my God.
You hate cops just because they're cops? The next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead. I'm John Kennedy, and I approve this message.
Dude, delivered with aplomb, I mean, dude, isn't that amazing, bro? Dude, let's go. Oh, shit. Oh, my God, bro. That one is one for the ages. Dude, it really, truly is, right? There really is no, like, I've never seen a campaign ad like that. And it's just delivered. Like, he delivers it with the perfect fucking energy, bro. I mean, it's kind of like him, in Congress, he's always talking some weird shit. You remember the shrimp fucking edit? Oh my God, dude. The nuclear shrimp or whatever. He's got some good, some brain dead MAGA shit. And one of my favorite things about John Kennedy is when you watch him speak, you're like, dude, this guy is like, I don't know if he was huffing paint when he was a kid or something, but he seems a little slow, right? A little sluggish in the dome, but he likes to talk about AOC and how, like, she's so dumb, that's why they put instructions on a shampoo bottle and shit. I mean, dude, I know he's not like, I guess technically he's probably book smart, but he is fucking, like, he thinks he is so smart, dude. He thinks he's so smart. But let me just tell you that, being good at college and being a Rhodes Scholar and being an actual, like, intelligent operating person are very different things, okay? There are people that, like, go through academia, but they don't have a lot of, like, real world intellect, because academia is a skill in and of itself, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, being book smart and reading and memorizing and learning how to best impress your teachers and shit and going through the rigors, is fucking, there is, it's not always the same skill as, like, pattern recognition and, seeing, like, the reality of the situations you're in. Foghorn Leghorn says, call a crackhead. Dude, thank you, Jason. Dude, I just know I have a half brother who got, like, a PhD, and he's just dumb as a bucket of shit, bro. He is. He is, like, the least intelligent person out there, but he is, like, so educated. I mean, he's got a lot of factual knowledge, but you know, it's I think if you have factual, like intellectual knowledge that you have not applied in the real world, or I think you need some street level knowledge. You know, like for example, okay, let me just give you an example. I feel like the bartending is an example, okay? Because AOC was a bartender. AOC also went to college, okay? You can take Kennedy, though, who's like educated or whatever, but he's always been in some position of power. He's never interfaced in a like read the emotions, read the reactions of real human beings in a real environment. Like, I bet if somebody who was a really book smart person went and was a waiter for a handful of years, or a bartender, or they did some job where they were interacting in a social and psychological sort of like environment where they're right. I think there's a type of like a worldly expansion when you apply your knowledge into interacting with human beings in real, you know, like, I don't know, environments where you see all different sides of human beings, where you're not in an office every day with a bunch of assistants that have a tie on that are there to just do your bidding, right? It's like, you know, there's something about immersion into the social and like society structures and these different environments, whether it's inside corporate environments, working in, you know, in restaurants, right? You know what I'm saying? Like being in some type of an industry where you're interfacing with, you know, those like social hierarchies too. I think it's really important, you know? I mean, I think it's really that type of stuff really, you know, being educated in interfacing with real human beings is a very important skill in sort of like in igniting book knowledge, right? Elf says, I'm stupid as fuck and went to Juilliard and Peabody. Let's go. Those are some good schools. But you know what I mean? Like book knowledge is book knowledge, but it's like social knowledge is what makes book knowledge so expansive. And that's why college can be such a great experience if you go and get active socially with all these different kinds of people, and you get involved in clubs, or you get involved in, you know, intramural athletics, or you get involved in any of the social systems in college. You live in a dorm and you learn how to navigate your way through like living on a dorm floor with the fucking, you know, the dorm RAs and all that shit, and your professors while obtaining book knowledge. I don't know. There's some shit in, you know, in going to like these big non-elite schools. Then you go out into life and work a job that allows you to apply that shit. But all right, dude, he is a piece of work though. I still think he's dumb. I know you're telling me he's book smart, but I think he's fucking dumb, bro. I do. I think he's kind of dense. But thank you though, John Kennedy. We do appreciate you, right, spilling the beans there and giving up Trump's master plan. All right? Dude, he could never handle an AOC, boss. And yeah, man, I agree with Oliver that in general, when I look around at the people in government, it feels insane to me that they're the ones managing our world. Right? Like this guy should not be in charge of like regulating AI, man. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no fucking way, dude. Like nobody who's 80 or 70 should be regulating AI. They should be like sitting on the beach, sipping a pina colada and shutting the fuck up. Okay? 70, 80-year-old men should be shutting the fuck up. Dude, seriously, that's all I want to hear from them is like, you know, please, grandpa, right? Here's the VCR controller. Go learn how to change the clock, have a drink, and shut the fuck up. Okay? do not regulate AI. You do not get to regulate social media. You do not get to tell anybody anything about sexuality or existing in the modern world, right? Kennedy was a Democrat and state treasurer. He barely had an accent years ago. He's playing a character. Is he really? Was he a Democrat, Helen? No fucking way, dude. Hold on. We got to look at him real quick. John Neely Kennedy. What a fucking schlump, bro. Oh my God, he was. There's no way. But so was he like a Southern Democrat, though? Was he like an old school, like racist, like Strom Thurmond Democrat? Like one of those Dixiecrats? Or was he a regular fucking Democrat? Dude, I had no idea. He is fake, right? So he is just, dude, he is, how old is he? Right? He's not that old. He's 74, man. He's pretty old. Dixiecrat. He was a regular Dem with no accent? No way, dude. I did not even know that. That's so crazy. Dude, yeah, no, I look at his college. He's going to University of Virginia and Vanderbilt, right? And Oxford, there's no fucking way, bro. Right? And so he was a, like, fucking... So he was a fucking Democrat. Crazy. Secretary of Revenue, right? It doesn't really talk a lot about his party, right? You notice how they leave all that out? Does it talk about when he switched parties? It was during 2007. So he endorsed John Kerry? No way, dude. And the Republican Party was like wooing him. They were like courting him. Oh my God, bro. That is so crazy. Like, what a fucking douche, bro. What a douche. I mean, yeah, well, we knew Trump was going to switch, right? I mean, Trump had to switch because Trump was never going to be able to go into politics in the Democratic Party, right? The Democrat world was never going to have, was never going to let Trump in there. So Trump had to switch because the Republicans, guys, they'll take anyone, okay? Literally. You can be a Nazi. You could be Adolf Hitler's fucking best buddy. You can be wildly transphobic, homophobic, racist. It doesn't fucking matter. Groyper, they will take anyone. As long as you acquiesce to whatever the couple of party line issues are and you trumpet their, like, we're the best, right? And you buy into their shit, they don't fucking care. They don't really care what your beliefs are. All of it is really just about power and resentment, okay? You have to agree to resent the chosen groups, whoever they're resenting and attributing all the blame of the world. You just have to buy into that. And as long as you stay focused on that, they don't fucking really care about the rest. And yes, you want to give billionaires more money. You want to cut taxes and shred the government and fuck the poor people over. That's it, right? And hate the chosen ones. But yeah, dude, the John Kerry, like, dude, I didn't even like John Kerry, okay? I voted for his dumb ass, but I didn't like him. You know what I mean? I did not fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, this guy was like, dude, what a fucking, right? Oh my God. Dude. And then, but dude, John Kerry, though, was like, they swift boated his ass, boss. You know what I'm saying? You realize, guys, I don't know if you guys realize this shit, right? But you realize that a lot of the Trump campaign, like what they were doing in 2024, the guy who sank John Kerry's presidency, was Trump's guy, was Trump's campaign guy in 2024, okay? It was the Swift boating, okay, where they created a whole fake, like, anti-war, like they destroyed his war, you know, fucking credibility, okay, with the Swift boating. And it was a specific style of character assassination. And the guy who created it, okay, the guy who created it was Trump's fucking involved in Trump's guy, dude. It was this guy in Trump's campaign. I can't remember his name. Fucking starts with the C, dude. Chris 𝗪𝗂𝗡. That's who it is. It's 𝗪𝗪𝗡. Okay, it's this guy. Right here, dude. This was Trump's campaign consultant in 2024 who helped Trump overcome the insurrection. And this is the guy who created the fucking Swift boating controversy in 2004, man. This guy, dude, they fucking brought him in to, right? I know you never heard of him, but you've experienced like his fucking wreckage, okay? These guys, dude, in particular, it's part of how they dismantled Tim Walz with his veteran shit and honing in on the lies. They definitely used it to disparage Tim Walz. They went after Kamala Harris a lot with her, you know, things about her life, McDonald's, you know, like Willie, right? Her crime shit. They're real specific sort of character assassination strategies, and specifically the way they use the media and propagate this shit. And what they do is they kind of like it's all about taking the very qualities that usually get somebody elected, and then they character assassinate with those good points, right? But they're very good at it, okay? Because it's all fake. It's all propaganda. And dude, dirty shit. A lot of dirty shit. Like if you look at everything Trump does, there's like dirty shit, guys. You know what I'm saying? There is. There, like, even going back to the first campaign with fucking, what's his name? Brad Parscale and Cambridge Analytica. I mean, all these guys, it's always dirty because they don't have a platform. The Republicans don't have a platform. They don't have any redeeming qualities. They're usually grapists and crooks. And so they have to character assassinate. That's what they do, right? All right, it's dance time though, guys. I'm glad you're here. The new hair, thank you for the support. Dude, I don't even have that big of a bald spot, dude. She even fucking took care of the bald spot. Dude, let's go. Dude, Vanessa, wherever you are, thank you. Appreciate you. I got a new hairstylist. I'm untouchable now. Let's go. Oh. Let's go, baby. Dude, Jason, let's go, boss. Trumpy. Woo. Let's go. Oh, 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 oh. In excelsis Deo. Sakatara, sakatara. Thank you, Paula. Hey! Makarada 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 right, you guys ready? Guys ready to dance like nobody's watching, baby? Here we go. Thank you for all the support. Thank you. We got some change going. We got new hair, baby. Got a little deja vu. Swinging it into 2026. We're going to win this motherfucker. Oh. Dude, that was amazing. I like dancing with the new hair. Woo! It's how we started the night. Just like snow castles, we drift to the edge. Just like snow castles, we drift to the edge. Just like snow castles, we drift to the edge. Just like snow castles. just like snow castles. Oh, we drift in the edge, just like snow castles. I will see you guys tomorrow. Big love, baby. Good night.
Hey, I just want to change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't want to hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. It's about you. I would never be